Alright, pudding and pies, I'm gonna do a review of At Last Fallen right this very second of you turning on this video right now. I'll give you a wee thingy about it though. It's incredibly mediocre, and I was actually quite looking forward to it, but it turns out that maybe you shouldn't have high hopes or any hopes at all. This is for Deck 13, the wallopers that made The Surge and The Surge 2. And after hearing that, I was like, oh, is this going to be another Dark Souls type game? But they're like, no, it's more like an early 2000s action-adventure beat-em-up type thing, Maduffery. And I thought, cool, we'll see what it's like when it comes out. And it came out, and I played it, and the performance is dog shite. There's a lot of areas in the game where it just chugs along. Some of the fights, it chugs along, and you're like, you don't really want an unstable frame rate to ruin your combat experience. And the combat, it's another issue I have with the game, is the combat's incredibly slow. It's like a Monster Hunter game. It feels like you're swinging around 50 T-Rexes full of shite, and there was no alternative. Even the faster options in this game feel slow. So I wish the combat was a wee bit snappier and a wee bit more less delayed and clunky feeling. I'm sorry, it's just my personal preference. You might actually like that. Fair play to you. I didn't too much. It was okay, as I did actually manage to finish the game completely last night. So I better put this up today then. Anyway, so the game, performance issues, slow combat, graphics aren't the best. It actually feels more like a PS2 or PS3 game. Late PS2, early PS3. The graphics, they're bland. You're in a desert for nearly the whole thing. There's a couple of cities here and there. It's open world, but it's not seamless open world. And actually, one of the best things about the game is that you can skate along the sand like you're surfing or you're on ice skates. I really like that. That's fun. It's just a really fun mechanic that I hope they put into future games, but time will tell on future titles. So, like I say, it's not a fully seamless open world. You'll sort of teleport between certain areas, but the areas are fairly explorable, which is quite nice. It's got a photo mode. Did I mention that? If I didn't, I have now, and I actually quite like the photo mode. I've taken about 90 photos. I'm a photo mode aficionado, though. I love photo modes. Even the most basic photo mode, which was Final Fantasy 16, I still liked it, and I still managed to make it work. So even if a photo mode's basic, doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's not as good as it could have been. The bigger fights in this game, they can get on my nerves because there's hundreds of them, and sometimes they just take way longer than I would have liked them to. You get giant crabs, flying things, scorpion-looking spider things. They're really tough. I had to lower the difficulty about halfway through the game because I was just getting so fucking pissed off, dying, and I thought, fuck's sake, give a break. So I put it on easy, and the game was actually a doddle at that point. Still died a couple of times at some of the later bosses, but generally it was a lot more fun, if you can call it that. And there's like side quests, there's all this sort of RPG fare, there's a character creator. It's very, very basic. You can go a man, or a woman, or a beard, and a baldy. And that's about the size of it. And you'll get various outfits throughout the game, and you can upgrade them. And another thing you can do with that is, if you prefer the look of an older outfit, you can transmogrify it onto your new outfit so that you look like the Diddy you were before, but you're actually much more powerful than you think. And then there's the gauntlet, and you can upgrade that, and that generally falls into the same category as you'll find a rare piece that'll let you do, maybe lift something out the ground, or
crush it in a big sand hand, but it always ends up being find this wee piece and then find 3 shards to power the piece, and that's basically every upgrade gauntlet quest. So it's like, could you know I've done something a wee bit different? Could you know even I've just skipped finding the 3 shards because it's kind of tedious, and it falsely extends the life of this game. Maybe put more work into the actual story, which I've no idea what the story actually was. You start off looking like some wee Avatar guy for Avatar, and then he's got a big long ponytail thing, and I'm like, wonderful, that's smashing into it, and like, no, and then you're fighting a big, it's a face, but how do you do eventually fight it? It's Avatar, you don't fight it directly, and I actually quite like the design of the last boss, it's quite nice. Side quests in this game are okay. Nothing to write home about. General fare, going to go find me the ghost of 5 dead people and bring them back. Aye, no bother. You can put flowers in somebody's grave. That was touching. And yes, there are also little side activities where you'll like raise a crystal thing, and it'll have a light to it, and it'll point to something else, and you just do that until you get a reward. They're kind of shite, actually, now that I think about it. I don't like them. They're all timed and boring, and other things you can do is you can get sucked into these angry spheres that the gods will send after you, but you can just run away. Fucking ends up being just a waste of time, like most of the game. So it was, in conclusion, this game is extremely mediocre, like probably the lower side of mediocre, not the higher side. And I don't recommend it because of the performance issues. Don't buy this game until it's fixed and cheaper, because in my estimations it is just not worth it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and share with all your pals if you do so wish, and if not, cool, I'll see you in the next video. Good night.